So, I have returned to Victoria 3 multiplayer. Despite the issues with the last campaign, I had reason to believe this time would be better. First off, I had been promoted to a better tag. I'm now playing the Great Power Prussia. Second, and more importantly, Jake was put somewhere outside of Europe where he couldn't destroy the game. We still had a very sizable lobby at 22 players, and with everyone else disappointed with how the last campaign went, people are coming in with the mindset that things will happen this time, and you'll soon see how that went. We're still playing with the HMPS mod, and the roster for who's playing what was announced 3 hours before the game, so I had no time to prepare for what Prussia's like in the mod, or make any Diplo deals. So my plan today was to play it like I did in single player when I first tried the Spheres of Influence DLC. I pumped up my construction and worked on cutting down the nobility's power. Around the world, it was the usual opening moves, with the Netherlands annexing Belgium, UK attacking China, and Sardinia expanding to Italy, but poor Abra was in for a rough opening. The mod made Hungary a subject, but also allowed them to do their own Diplo, which Austria couldn't do anything about, so he had to just watch them throw men's lives away in a war like. No! Fortunately, other players helped him out, so he didn't get destroyed by some obvious BS. Sweden tried to take land around Nigeria, which is a really stupid move because what would happen next is so obvious.
Swedes are expanding into Nigeria and I'm not having it.
Okay, I will step down, but I don't want to pay the war ref.
TBG, you see
I'm
this one
already
before?
running on a high deficit. So, are you fine when I'm
You do
just
not
white
want to
piece
see
them?
me angry.
Alright, yeah,
You do not want to
what were you thinking going for like Nigeria like that? I don't.
Well,
That's your
Swedish
protectorate with
people
Denmark.
do have
If
a
you-
right to empire.
If you
What?
went into
Tongues
debt
collar.
to do this strat, then you're not only stupid, but you're actually suicidal.
Mayhaps.
And of course, we can't have a Victoria 3 game without the Ottomans getting bullied a bit.
So hey, Russia and Armenia, you want to talk real quick?
Yeah, you could back
what if
down.
I-
and if you back down now, you won't get humiliated.
That's the...
I am evil weekend.
All right. Look, can I just give the Armenian states over and we call this a wash? I'll click the button right now.
Yeah, you can capitulate.
Oh.
But if you don't want to humiliate, that's fine as well.
Can I give you just Armenian states? Yes, you can capitulate. Evil weekend.
Surrender any time.
Yeah. You're so kind, Weekend.
I know.
Oh, there it is. Armenia's
Yikes,
big
dude.
chungus now.
Back to Prussia, after 4 years of playing, you could see some concerning developments in the country. The radicals were going up, and my money was going down. Looking at my budget, it's kinda clear what I should be doing, but in the moment, I'm literally like this, so the economy continues to decline. But for now, we could still laugh at other people making mistakes, like Spain, also trying to expand in Africa without great power consent.
Aw, Flavius, what are you doing?
I agree with you.
Taking a province that I support for my colony down here.
I don't know about that.
I
Sorry.
don't know
You forgot
about
to
that
ask
one.
somebody.
Yeah,
to ask them.
this is not wholesome.
What?
Not wholesome
This is like
challenges.
historically Portuguese territory.
He's
isn't
gonna boot stage
Yeah,
soon.
historically Portuguese.
it? Yeah,
Why
but
do I...
I got it from
Yeah.
Portugal.
Portuguese.
I'm just taking this for a port.
I don't agree with this.
What do the UK chunguses think about this?
I don't know. We need some concessions, Swimmy.
Congress Togo? What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Thank you, Swimmy. That was a good decision. You get
Togo?
plus-
Wait,
Wasn't
you
it really
backed down
French
to
though?
Gaza too and gave them war reps?
Hey,
Swimmy, can I invade Gaza just for war reps? Because I want to get that war reps laundered to the DEI.
My new king is part of the clergy interest group, and that's pretty unfortunate for me because right now they hate my guts since I didn't pass a law they wanted. But it's not my fault that most of the country is against removing women's property rights. Like, if it's at 0% chance to advance with 2 setbacks, that lobby should be like, well, at least you tried. Also, I don't know why, but for some reason the southern German states just left my power block. It already stings to watch them leave, but it hurts even more to not even know why. Anyway, it was about time to clear the way to North German Federation by declaring on Denmark for Holstein. It was gonna be a super easy war for me since I had both Sweden and Austria on my side, but this wasn't gonna be the only war popping off now. Damn, he didn't waste any time, damn. I'm curious how he thinks this one's gonna work out.
Well, judging by what's going on down there, I think he has the support of the UK, so this is a move of the UK bloc. Listen, GPs, all I need is an army in Korea. That's it. They could never
let me
land.
just get my army over to Korea, Jake.
that's
Naval raiding barely does anything.
Weekend, that's on you, man.
Weekend is technically the only one that could do
Weekend
anything.
is pretty much the only regional power.
Peace is right there.
I want Jake to die.
That's not wholesome.
Well,
Okay.
That's not wholesome.
Wait, Fuzzy, what is the angle on this one?
Fuzzy always does this shit, man.
Just to fuck with you, that's all.
Hold on. How did you know?
How did you know?
I didn't know. I just had it.
You have an interest in Korea? Why?
As Egypt.
Did you happen to know something?
Jake, you brought this on yourself. You did roster the game.
Hold on, you're playing Spain, right?
You put Swimmy on the UK. That's all I'm saying. Ruh-roh.
I just gave Flavius 10 infamy.
Yeah. Get yourself 10 bitches.
Alright, 10 more.
After the Denmark War finished, I was getting really concerned about the debt, cause it's getting pretty high and I'm nowhere close to becoming a North German Federation. The mod makes forming it take a long time because you have to wait till 75% of the German princes have these two techs. They're both tier 2, so I was thinking we'd meet the tech requirements around 1850, but by 1848 we're not even 17% of the way there, so I'm gonna have to wait at least a decade longer than I planned. Things went from terrible to abysmal when the Hungry 40s event hit me. Gonna be a lot harder to make an economic recovery when a lot of my states can't even grow food. And now people were smelling my blood in the water.
Isn't 11 million debt as Prussia pretty big?
It's huge.
Yes.
That's he's like so fuckable right now.
Really? I mean, that's why I said I should go in for the Rhine, but I don't know.
No, unironically, like
he
he wouldn't even be able to fight a war. I'm pretty sure.
No.
The world was looking to kill me, and so were my own people. I needed to act decisively. The people wanted universal suffrage, but I knew that would tear this country apart. So first I had a talk with the lead agitator for the movement. Then I compromised with their demands by enacting wealth voting while also pausing government construction to repay our debt. I walked away thinking things were going to be fine, but I come back to see that things were very much not fine. At least the voting rights movement didn't come back, so I thought I dodged a bullet at least, but a lot more were coming my way.
I don't want to kill a little puppy, because that's what college is right now. Like,
But you don't understand. He's not a little puppy.
What is happening right now?
He's an inbred pit bull, okay? It is both a mercy kill, and he's going to kill a toddler when he grows up.
Leave me alone. Then came the Swimmy War Declaration. Still, all I'd have to do was defend against a naval invasion, which shouldn't be too hard. Okay, Boxer, please. I need you. I wasn't alone here, but I can't overstate how not ready I was for a war. Things were happening around the world, but surely nothing would happen to me, right? I never changed my starting army templates to be good, and of course I didn't have much of a war economy to support what I did have. I also really hated that we had a Dutch East India player because they are able to bring in like 100 brigades that normally wouldn't exist at this time. Life was already pretty bad in Prussia, and the war was making it worse. And it wasn't just me having revolution problems. Hungary started their revolt from Austria, meaning they couldn't commit their armies to help me in Western Germany, making the war unwinnable for me. I had to negotiate a peace deal. So, all of us are going to be out a lot of money. I'm out the Northern Rhine, and I have to accept British capitalists building in me. who honestly are probably not going to be too happy with what they see in Prussia.
What the fuck?
Despite things looking bad, it was salvageable if I could solve my radical problem. I did a test run in single player between sessions and I was able to balance my budget and be functional again within 5 years. First, big step, stop overtaxing the people so they can buy the stuff they need. I wasn't even getting the money anyways due to the mass turmoil. Next, beat up all the people who are causing problems, which was only like 55% of the country. But if I beat up and threaten enough of those people, I will start getting taxes again. Also, since the movement is really popular, I will go back from laissez-faire to interventionism. This is when things went off script. Instead of being chill and understanding like they were in single player, I got some bad RNG and they flipped out on me, threatening a civil war. Obviously, now I had to cancel the legislation, but this pissed off the original movement even more, so I stood on the edge, about to fall into a civil war. All it took was one event with an unlucky outcome for me to fall over, and of course that's what happened. So yeah, this civil war, not good for the economy. I just had to take over the state of Brandenburg, and for some reason, because Vicky 3 combat is so good, that took over 6 months, which led to my rebels taking a lot of debt that I'm in an even worse position to repay. Also, my power block pretty much blew up with the new government, meaning I had to convince all the German princes to rejoin. I picked a really bad time to be an unstable nation, because the spring times of the people is gonna make my road to recovery a lot tougher. Many people were on the streets thinking this whole monarchy thing is overrated, and I have to calm them down somehow. But I'm also heading towards defaulting on my loans, and the only way to avoid it is hiking taxes, which will make more people radicalize and join the Republic movement. I eventually managed to get a surplus and avoid the default, but it came at a great cost. Once again, I'm on the edge of a civil war, and not only do I get one bad event, I get 2 of them in a row! Assassins tried to kill the current king, and he got away with some injuries. Then we had one of our ministers kidnapped by rebels. After a few months of stuff like this happening, there wasn't anyone left to run the country, so my government completely collapsed. The Second Prussian Civil War was now unavoidable.
I hovered over you.
Second revolt has hit Prussia.
Oh my god.
Alright, here we go. Honestly, I hated the peasants anyway. Like, oh my
Oh no, it's
Oh my god.
Who let these guys cook? Oh.
I should have fucking stabbed you in the back, college, you sack of shit.
We should help. Bloxer, we could help. I mean, we could technically help the one that he switched from, you know?
I mean, we could, but what we good with that?
Yeah, but does he want that shit? Like,
actually, you know what?
It does.
No, don't. Uh-oh.
Sorry, what, you still going against me?
Oh no.
You need to stop having civil wars.
Oh,
I'm putting my foot down, college. I failed you out. I fucking backed you up. This is enough. Enough is enough.
Okay, wait. Let me check the other side again.
Bloxy, you need to leave that. You can't join. It's against the rules. How do you think that I was gonna left that up?
What did he do? What happened?
They got like I don't know. They tried to pull the shittiest loophole I've ever seen in my life. I didn't try to pull it. He literally swapped, and I was like, I've had enough. But I've left it now.
Alright, I'm going back to the liberal revolt.
You
So, there I was, at rock bottom, but at least with a liberal government, I could pass some really good laws with no opposition. I also lost a lot of radicals, so all I needed to do was build up the economy. But if I'm gonna be real, the only reason I was able to get out of this really deep hole was through foreign aid, and despite our history, Sumi did come through with the financial aid I needed to get myself out of debt. So, for the first time in 2 decades, Prussia was financially stable and I was able to start growing the country again and enjoy the game, against the wishes of certain viewers who'd been lobbying for my death. In 1861, I finally formed a North German Federation, and goddamn it was sad. I didn't have time to get the princes back in my power block because they all hated me after the Liberal Revolution, so I had to unify Germany the hard way by going around conquering every single prince, eating the infamy and radicals from conquest. It was gonna take a while to get through all these princes, but nobody was gonna stop me from doing it. I also made a deal with Braun. I'd pay him a few $1,000,000 from Northern Rhineland back, and I'd give him Calais from the French when I eventually declared for Alsace. But that wasn't the only deal being made. I was gonna lead a massive gank on France. While the Dutch and I were fighting them in the north, in the south, Italy and Austria were coming in with a separate Diplo play to support us. Austria needed me to form Germany to form Austria-Hungary, and Italy wanted to swipe some French land.
Weekend, are you okay with this?
This is not cool.
This is not wholesome.
So, Galicia.
Oh, he just backed down.
Oh, he just backed down? Oh, well.
Wait,
okay, Braun, good work. High five.
Well, I told you we could do this, Braun.
It is as easy as that, ladies and gentlemen.
So, France backed down to just completely roll Italy, and honestly, decent play. But Austria was able to avoid Italy getting torn apart by backing down before the war popped off, so they only had to pay war reparations. All I had to do was clean up the remaining German princes, and finally, I could become Germany.
You're wrong.
Oh my god, fucking finally.
And you missed
Okay, Bavaria. You love to see it.
This guy can't do anything right, holy shit.
How the fuck? But why did Bavaria integrate?
Oh, unlucky college.
What the fuck? So, there you go, guys. The story of the most scuffed Germany formation you've ever seen in multiplayer. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like so other people will see it too. And subscribe so you can catch part 2 of this campaign coming next week. Thank you to my alumni on Patreon, generously funding me to create this amazing content for y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you again.